Hello, my name is Mary Johnson Davis, and I am continuing with the Interpersonal Communication Project, Part 2. According to Stewart, when first impressions are formed, they will probably be lasting impressions as people are reluctant to change their first impression. I am called on for many things: wife, mother, choir member, former soldier, child of God. Some of the rejections that I've encountered in my life have been instrumental in who I am today. Many of the rules I've had to govern my life by have caused me to be subconsciously alienate myself from others, family, neighbors, and church members. Next slide. Potential listening barriers are those that hinder communication. Corey states that in most cases we are so concerned about getting our point across that we cannot hear or appreciate what the other person is saying. One such barrier for me is a tendency to form my own opinion about the level and value of what will be said without first hearing it. Another barrier which hinders me from being an effective listener is half listening while wishing the other person would hurry up and finish talking so that I can say what's on my mind before I forget it. Next slide. Some other barriers include trying to finish the speaker's sentence, being too quick to take offense when it appears I'm being falsely accused of something I had nothing to do with or no control over, dodging individuals who never let you get a word in the conversation or who constantly cut you off before you finish speaking. Next slide. Solutions to noise pollution. External and internal noise pollution are noises that are annoying, distracting, or harmful to others. External noise pollution are those things outside ourselves that can distract us from communicating effectively. They include background noises such as traffic, machines, clocks ticking, and humming refrigerators. Internal noise pollutions are those things inside of us that distract us from communicating. They include personal beliefs, stereotypes, daydreaming, rehearsing what to say next, and identifying with everything the talker says. Next slide. Some solutions to noise pollution include reduce physical noise. Hear more than the talker's words and notice their facial expressions and their coloring, as well as the pitch of their voice. Create barriers that decrease the loudness of the external noise pollutions, and be fair and honest with the speaker. Next slide. My plan of action. I'm training myself to recognize when people are simply in need of someone to vent and to share their situations with. It is those times when I want to be there to just listen, making it less about me. I'm learning to breathe during conversations where I'm constantly interrupted while sharing my story rather than becoming annoyed at the other person. Again, making it less about me. Before I become offensive, I started asking questions, relevant questions, in order to change the direction of conversations when it appears I'm being wrongly accused. Next slide. I was trying to become more adept at being an emphatic listener. I'm opening myself up to explore those areas that I have avoided so that I can identify and alter that behavior which has caused relationship problems in my life. I will listen attentively while non-verbally stroking the speaker in a positive way in order not to turn them off or offend them. Next slide. I will develop my listening skills in a manner that will allow me to take charge of situations and influence their outcome. I will not listen with a closed mind, but will use all five of my senses to get fully involved with the information. I will acknowledge that with God all things are possible. There is nothing too hard for Him. Therefore, I will allow myself to be guided by Him when I come in the presence of His people. Next slide. References. Burley Allen, Listening, the Forgotten Skill, a Self-Teaching Guide. Carbonell, Uniquely You Report, retrieved on August 24, 2011, from www.uniquelyu.com. Carbonell, How to Solve the People Puzzle, Understanding Personality Patterns. Peterson, Why Don't We Listen Better? Communicating and Connecting in Relationships. Stewart, Bridges, Not Walls, a book about interpersonal communication. This concludes my interpersonal communication project presentation. Thank you for being an attentive listener, and God bless.